East Africa Command was a command of the British Army. Until 1947 it was under the direct control of the Army Council, and thereafter it became the responsibility of Middle East Command. The formation was essentially an expansion of the East Africa Force, which came into being in August 1940. It was reformed as a command in September 1941 by General Sir William Platt and covered Northeast Africa, East Africa and British Central Africa. Up until 1944 it directed the British military mission to Ethiopia. It established its own intelligence network during the Mau Mau Uprising in 1952. During the Mau Mau Uprising the command controlled 39th Infantry Brigade, 49th Infantry Brigade, United Kingdom, and 70th East African Infantry Brigade. Later 70th East African Brigade became the basis for the newly independent Kenya Army. Other units listed in the Kenya Regiment history as being in Kenya from 1952 to 56 include the Battle School, Tracker School, Kenya Regiment TF, Kenya Regiment Training Center, and Heavy Battery. Police organizations listed included the Kenya Police, Kenya Police Reserve, Kenya Police Reserve Air Wing, Auxiliary Forces, Dobe Force, disbanded, and General Service Units. Car battalions listed included 3 Car, Kenya, 4 Car, Uganda, 5 Car, Kenya, 6 Car, Tanganyika, 7 and 23 Cars, Kenya, 26 Car, Tanganyika, 156 East African Heavy Anti-Aircraft Battery RAF, and the East African Armoured Car Squadron. There were a total of 11 British infantry battalions, Inc. 1st Battalion, the Lancashire Fusiliers, 1st Battalion, the Buffs, 1 RHR, 1 Rifle BDE, 39 Corps Engineer Regiment RE, 73 INDFD Eng Squadron RE, Road Building Section RE, RAVC Tracker Dogs, RAMC Unit Hospital Nairobi, Nyeri, Nanyuki, plus No. 1340 Flight RAF, North American Harvards, possibly other RAF Harvard units, and Lincoln units. The 24th Infantry Brigade, United Kingdom, was still stationed in Kenya until 1964, and the command maintained a common intelligence system linking Tanganyika, Uganda, and Kenya until 1964 at least. Timothy Parsons writes, single quote, military authorities in Kenya took the 1964 mutinies in Tanganyika and Uganda very seriously and quickly developed plans to deal with a similar incident in their country. As a result, Major General Ian Freeland had considerably more resources at his disposal to prevent and contain potential problems in the Kenyan soldiery. Once Lieutenant Colonel Manns gave HQ East Africa Command a careful account of how trouble had broken out in the Tanganyika Rifles. Freeland ordered the Kenyan Special Branch to step up its surveillance of key army units. This did not prevent trouble breaking out on 24 January 1964 in the lines of 11th Kenya Rifles at Lanat Barracks near Nakuru. However, the problem was quickly contained, courts-martial ordered, and the unit was eventually disbanded. East Africa Command was disbanded in 1964, being replaced by British Land Forces Kenya. Commanders-in-Chief. Commanders-in-Chief have included GOC East Africa Force, 1939 1940 Lieutenant General Douglas Dickinson, 1940 1941 Lieutenant General Sir Alan Cunningham, August to December 1941 Major General Harry Wetherell, GOC East Africa Command, 1941 to 1945 Lieutenant General Sir William Platt, 1945 1946 Lieutenant General Sir Kenneth Anderson. 1946 to 1948 Major General William Dymoline. 1948 to 1951 Lieutenant General Sir Arthur Dowler. 1951 to 1953 Lieutenant General Sir Alexander Cameron. 1953 to 1955 General Sir George Erskine. 1955 to 1957 Lieutenant General Sir Gerald Lathbury. 1957 to 1960 Major General Sir Nigel Tapp. 1960 to 1963 Major General Sir Richard Goodwin. 1963–1964 Major General Sir Ian Freeland. Relinquished appointment of GOC British Land Forces Kenya 28 November 1964. British military history, East Africa 1940–47. British military history, East Africa 1940–47. East Africa Command history and personnel. Hugh Bennett. Minimum force in British counterinsurgency. Small Wars and Insurgencies. Volume 21. No. 3. September 2010. 459–475. The National Archives. WO 276. East Africa Command. Papers. East Africa Forces Radio Times. Xmas and New Year Programs 1954.